Alrighty, g'day everyone. Welcome back to DeadbyOCE, where tonight we're going to be bringing you some Scouting Grounds games, where we're going to be seeing some teams that didn't quite qualify for Season 2 of DeadbyOCE, but they're still going to be going at it with each other in a tournament sort of environment, but not exactly tournament per se. We're going to follow all the exact same rule set and all that fun stuff. And first up, we've got two matches for you tonight. First up, we have Phantasm versus Bleedouts, where I will be joined by my good friend Starzee. How you doing, legend?
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've casted together, Spoker. It's been many years now. Excited to get back into it, but that's exactly right. And after that, we will be seeing Inferno versus Deception to finish off the night, which I'm very, very keen for. The sets for Bleedouts versus Phantasm will be Nurse, picked by Phantasm. Then we'll have Mastermind, picked by Bleedouts. And if we get to the tiebreaker, we'll have a Huntress game. So that should be very interesting to see. But I am excited to see what these teams can pull out here, because in the new talent event, Phantasm actually went up against Bleedouts and weren't able to pull out the win. So I'm wondering whether they've scrimmed enough to turn that around, as I have seen Halo, which is Phantasm's usually go-to killer. He has been scrimming and 1v1ing a lot since that event. So it'll be interesting to see how much better he's got.
Yeah, 100%. It definitely will be when they're putting in all that effort to improve, and now they're here tonight to show us what they have in store. And obviously, first up with Phantasm's pick of the Sally Smithson on Groaning Storehouse 2, the variant. We're going to be seeing Phantasm on the killer side first, and none other than War Correspondent. Yeah, War never changes, man. War Correspondent is going to be our killer for this first, for Team Phantasm to kick things off. And really interesting, Groaning 2. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I do like to see this map change. It's always fun to try and see people adjust to the new style that they need to try and use in their favor. See if they can get some adept plays in the new map. See if they can actually abuse some of the new mechanics, trying to abuse main stuff like that. So it's interesting to see how teams handle the new and early season as well. Early season can be very rough, so it's interesting to see what happens to the teams. But looks like we see Bleedouts doing very well to stealth. Oh no, looks like we found the double. And we found Neckbeard and Six Hearts. We've opted for the chase onto Neckbeard instead. Looks like we're going to be trying to take them at this little Ormond tile here and see if we can get a quick 2-tap.
I like how War here is going for the safety blinks, obviously, around the edges of the tiles. But our survivor here, Ace, is doing an excellent job keeping the distance. Probably going to be getting tagged here, though. There's that second blink to confirm that hit, and obviously we're going to be seeing the undetectable add-on and the mangled add-on. Very competitive here, and yeah, Ace doesn't really have anywhere to go here. This blink, there was a good double back though from Ace. He's going to be able to avoid this set of blinks and not go down just yet, and was getting a bit lost in the source here. Doesn't exactly know where Neckbeard has gone to.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Looks like we're clutching up a little bit. Our Ace here is able to step away towards one, but looks like we're opting. Oh, we're choosing whether to chase or not. It looks like we have opted for it a little bit late, but we do go for the chase as we see the pallet drop from Neckbeard here. Going to be trying to make it to the T-Nella 1 here. Looks like it should be an easy down, which we are able to secure, but the first gen pops in the background for a nurse down that was a little bit slow, but hopefully we're able to turn this around real quick, as it looks like we're taking them to middle here. And we have a look at this build. Iron Grasp is not exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting to have Iron Grasp in the place of Agitation, obviously being banned. I would have to assume. Don't quote me on it though. I haven't been reading every single killer's balancing recently, but Pop obviously going to be coming into play here. A good amount of regression on a very highly progressed gen, and also Dying Light. No stack from that hook though, because Neckbeard was the obsession. So it's kind of unfortunate that the obsession is going to be the tunnel out, because you're obviously not going to be getting any value from the Dying Light. But that could have been a one blink hit there, and War could have very easily gotten a 2-tap onto that Ada. But it's going to go back to the hook and make sure we see a second stage here.
Yeah, looks like we opt to go for the proxy onto Neckbeard. We do screen Six Hearts away here. We find our survivor here. We try and force them away. Don't want to let the James get the unhook, as we're still going to be focusing on this log gen as well. There's a lot of action going on at this side of the map specifically. It looks like 11's been hit really hard by a lot of the plays that have happened this game, and Neckbeard will likely be going to second here, still trying to attack this log gen, making sure no one gets past. No one is able to, though, as we see the reset coming in onto our Ada here.
Now, I wonder if there is someone in position to go for the savior, because I think War is just completely happy with going for the elimination. We see two survivors doubling out gens, and Ada starting to work the genocide main building. I think the survivors are willing to let this elimination happen, or at least get some gen progress in the meantime before that elimination happens, with Ada being positioned in the main building and the other two survivors able to rotate in and maybe go for that save to stop the kill happening at potentially maybe 2 gens left if Ada were to commit.
Oh, wait, we just saw the... Oh, wait, no, I forgot. Wait, we're not allowed to use anti-camp anymore, right? I'm pretty sure that there was a rule change. We're not allowed to use it anymore. So, we looks like we do... Oh, no, we've hit the Ace on the hook. We do get the hit onto Ada here, though. Walks into the wall a little bit. Neckbeard opting to get away here. Had a pretty good first chase, hoping he can replicate it for the second one, as we see Six Hearts coming in to try and take a hit here, but it's going to be pretty difficult against the nurse, as it looks like we've overshot very heavily with a nice double back from Neckbeard.
Yeah, setting up the For the People. Yeah, I was just about to say it. We have James Sunderland, Six Hearts, coming in for the People, and Jukiat are down here as well. Our tunnel out is healthy and able to get away, and our obsession has changed as well. Beautiful plays at the pallet here, and Six Hearts is just going to be able to get away even further. It's just more so denying Dying Light ever coming into play here. It's not just a For the People to stop the tunnel out from happening, although primarily the main reason for it, but it also has that extra added benefit that is kind of slapped on, and Six Hearts getting caught out in the chase again, but War just can't quite follow up with these blinks, kind of over blinking on those first blinks, not being able to get onto target.
Yeah, I was about to say he does seem to be over blinking quite a bit. Double banking seems to be very, very effective in this game, especially. Sorry, double blinking, obviously a very good strategy, but sorry, not double blinking, double backing for the survivors, obviously a very good strategy, but yeah, seems to be working really, really well for the survivors of this game. It looks like we are going to be getting this heal on 6 hearts when the For the People broken effect has finally subsided, and we are trying to find the survivor who was working on this top gen here, the seawall.
War does have a pretty cozy setup, I believe. If we saw a gen in the tile where Neckbeard was a second, we've got a gen in main building as well. War kind of playing for that late game, having somewhat of a setup around the main building of the map, which I think is the most consistent when it comes to gen spawns for Groaning 2. I can't be 100% certain though. Good moves by Ada and a really nice double back, but it's still going to get tagged by War. Chase is going to be going over towards where Shaq is, where we previously saw a reset happening as well. We'll just have to wait and see if the survivors manage to rotate away. And Ada played the corner, is going to be able to get away even further.
Yeah, very nice checkies from our Ada here. He's able to drop a firecracker. Looks like we are able to get the blind as well. Really nice firecracker drop. That's exactly what you need there. Buys you a little bit of extra time. Was possibly looking like down there. Now we're able to keep the chase alive as we stay down 5 here at this little at this little jungle gym here. Looks like we're actually walking away. No, now we're running again. We're able to make a lot of distance here. Might be able to survive a double blink, but we're into basement here. Ooh, this is really falling apart for War here as you see the 4th gen Brock in the background.
And yeah, this is really interesting as well because this was Phantasm's pick of killer as well, and War's having a little bit of trouble keeping up, but does manage to get that down finally onto Ada. The blinks are on. He's aiming in the right spot, but is just not quite gauging the distance correctly, and we're going to be getting our first hook onto Ada here. We've gotten 2 stages onto A, so everyone is going to be worth a decent amount here if War were to get some fresh hooks, but I think the Survivor's just going to take the 3 out here. 5 stage is a very, very appealing win con for our killer for Bleedouts.
No, that's exactly right. 5 stages is very, very good. You really don't need to stay here. Oh no, that's terrible. You don't need to stay here, but we are going to see the self-unhook coming up very soon. Looks like we have hooked the wrong person. This is terrible for us. As we see War Correspondent heading straight back to Shaq, we are going to have a little bit of leeway with our shield from Bird, the unhook here, but looks like it's gone away, and we've just completely left. We haven't even seen them. They're already gone.
Oh, they're going to get out at the door behind main building. War's getting stuck on the rock, and I think is going to accept defeat here. Ada is not going to be getting caught, and that's why it's actually going to be able to get the 4 out from that deli play. That is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, you really can't get better than a 3 stage here. That is just exceptional. That was a 3 stage 2 fresh there from War Correspondent. So we'll have to see the killer of Bleedouts come in and try and do better than that. They'll be looking for likely a 4 stage or 3 stage 3 fresh win con. But we will be back with you in just a few minutes. Welcome back, DBO viewers, as we head back into Phantasm versus Bleedouts. Now, as we saw last match, we saw War Correspondent on the Nurse was only able to secure a 3-stage 2 fresh. So we are looking for the Bleedouts killer. I do believe it is 6 hearts coming in on the Nurse. Is looking for a 4-stage or a 3-stage 3 fresh here. So a very, very flexible win con. Has quite a bit of room for mistakes. But still, we have seen a lot of crazy things happen in DBO, so it will be interesting to see whether we can actually beat that as the survivors, because if we're able to beat a 3-stage, that would be pretty memorable.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. So we're going to be loading in here, and Six Eyes starting off with taking over from around the midfielder here, and that's I'm all ears being brought instead of what we saw last game, which is Iron Grasp. So it's really interesting to see how the newer teams like to pick out sort of comfort perks and see how they do with it, sort of experiment with what is given to them. It's always really refreshing to see, always very nice.
Yeah, especially with a lower stage WinCon, you can definitely afford to do that, as yeah, gen regression isn't too influential. But looks like we have found our first survivor, Immobilized. We're going to be going for a quick chase. We do get the quick M1 here, so we are on a good start. Looks like they opt to get away here. We're trying to get on the hill to see if we can get some vision here, see if we can make our second blink easier. It looks like that's exactly what we do. We're able to get a nice double back, make it down towards 5, but looks like we are getting caught in a little bit of an awkward situation here, as this isn't the strongest tile, as we get down here with a very nice insta blink there by 6 hearts.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's a pallet save coming through. A very, very beautiful mosaic nurse weapon, I have to say. Very, very pretty. But yeah, first look at the game. We've got Pop ready to go, and Dying Light is gonna start to accumulate, as we're not gonna be going for a tunnel out on the Obsession, which is what we saw in the last game. So Pop getting applied to not really that much of a progressed gen, but I guess in this scenario, it would be a big stretch for 6 hearts to have to travel really far across the map to apply Pop to the most optimal gen, and then still be able to come back and stop an unhook from happening and giving out Deli for free, you know?
No, that's exactly right. But I think in this stage as well, you're not too worried about giving Deli out for free. It's still an extra hook state. As long as you're getting those freshes, you're pretty happy. And it looks like we see everyone working on gens. See our survivor on the hook there. We know that that wasn't the Deli build now, so that's definitely good for the survivors. But yeah, it looks like they're opting just to absolutely destroy the gens, which definitely understand that they can let Immobilize go to second here. It looks like we're opting just a heavy camp and get them towards that second stage. There we go. Looks like we do, and we decide to head towards this gen at 7 here. We do find our survivor Tavi working on this gen, able to get them away from... Oh, looks like they're leading us towards the Alcove gen, but we're actually able to pop it, get it done. Tavi's still in chase here, trying to... Oh no! Looks like we get stunned on the backside there.
Wow, Amelis is actually coming into play here big time. We're going to follow up, get that down onto Tavi, get another hawk. Honestly, we probably could have gone back and forced the elimination onto Immobilize, but getting another pop and, I guess, slowing down this gen a bit here, you're happy to get the hook stages, and you got to keep those gens as regressed as possible. And is that for the people coming out onto Immobilize? It is.
Yeah, looks like we see For the People on from Halo there. Very interesting play, considering that we're on the Tycon here, but we'll see how it goes. But we see Immobilize is reset back to healthy. Tavi does get the unhook. Now we are just looking for any more hook stages now. We just need one. It doesn't matter who it's on. We just need any hook stage. And it looks like we've decided that it's going to be Shanzi here on the Feng Min, going to be trying to screen them towards the edge of the map. Looks like we're doing that quite well. We've got a double link back, trying to get a free hit, which we actually do. We get a free hit onto Shanzi. This is going to be a very, very effective down for us coming through as we go for the double blink here. Looks like we lose them a little bit, able to make it back down towards this Ormond tile, keep the chase going alive.
Oh, nearly snuck away there at the back. Shanzi is going to be running around the edge map, stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and there's the down. And with this hook, this will be the first set point going to Team Bleedouts.
Yeah, really well played by Bleedouts there, just being able to just play consistently well on both sides. You can see the fourth hook coming through. Their survivor game, obviously very, very strong. And then killer game. Well, yet to see the end of it, as it looks like we have found Halo once again, our FTP, who still has not been reset. Looks like we are going to try and get a quick down here. Are we going to predict the vault over? We are not. Looks like we see the cracker through I'm all ears. I didn't even hear it. And will give us a little bit more value as we get a quick down onto Halo. Playing really, really well. 6 hearts is really making use of that I'm all ears. That perk is starting to come in clutch.
Yeah, honestly, it's really nice to see it get value as well. But as we get this next hook onto, is that called out right? Yes, I'm hearing correctly. My audio judgment is definitely on point today, as always, and we're going to be able to pop a very progressed generator as Halo's going to be hanging out on the hook with the rest of the team. I don't know. Are they going to be going for gens here, or do you reckon they're going to be trying to play aggressive for saves? No, they get the third gen done, and I think it's nice to see. Yeah, 6 hearts agrees with me here. It's nice to see that they're going for the gens here and still trying to get the best result possible. As you know, going for the farm would just be not great at all.
No, that's exactly right. And we saw them earlier in the game as well. They were prioritizing gens over letting Immobilize
Over
get
friends.
off before second. Yeah, so they were prioritizing those. So it's definitely the right play here. It looks like 6 hearts is just waiting on the hill. Really good spot for a lot of vision here. Seeing if we can capitalize using all of our checkies, trying to make sure that people aren't getting the free unhook. Looks like we see Tavi coming in, is trying to crouch. I don't know whether they're going to get away with it though, as we see 6 hearts coming in here. Tried to do a bit of a wacky step around, but couldn't quite make it work. Tavi will be going down here. 2 tapped after the unhook, and we see the chase coming onto Halo. Looks like we see this is our second wind player, because we do see them broken currently. It looks like we opt to leave as well. We opt to just let them have the second wind as we head back towards the hook onto Tavi, and we see Halo healed in that background as well.
Yeah, no, that's so big for Phantasm there, and it's going to give him a much better result because the last gen is getting worked on as we speak, and Halo just needs to be a distraction for as long as possible. Halo didn't even go second stage on that hook, by the way, so still some hook stages left to go, and as that last gen finishes in T-3, 2, 1, and... Oh, that would have been sick, though. Oh!
Yeah, that would have been a pretty cool prediction, but sadly not today. But we do see the chase coming in onto Immobilize. This is a tunnel out here that we have access to. Looks like we get a Dren, though. They're waiting. That's what it was. So really, you were right. Really, your prediction was right.
It's nice to see that they set up the adrenaline gen pop, however you want to call it, adrenaline play. Still going to get the tag, though, onto Immobilize as the chase goes further away from Shaq. We should be seeing someone working one of the doors up towards the top. But we have a survivor still playing around Shaq. I think Ada got blinked on quite close here, but 6 hearts not quite being able to follow up with it. I would not be shocked at all if Immobilize just continues to play around. No, actually holding W away to try and make it to the door. Are we going to see a 4-round here?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Immobilize trying to make... I'm not sure whether the door that we're going to was open. It should have been calmed. Looks like we're heading all the way around here. Nice. Yeah, we do make it towards the open door. Really well played there by all of Phantasm there. Being able to get a 4-out. Sadly, it was not the win. They did end up still losing the set, but really well played by the survivors of both teams there. It's definitely some good games. Now, we will be heading into the next set, which will be Bleedouts pick of Mastermind, so it should be interesting to see how that goes. But we will be back with you in just a few minutes as we set up for the next game.
Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. Apologies again for the bit of a delay that we've had getting this match set up. It's actually not the team's fault. It's the lobbies not working. That one could ready up. It was very fun. It was very amusing to have to deal with. But we're loading in now to the second set of the scouting grounds with Phantasm and Bleedouts. This time we're going to be seeing Bleedouts playing their pick of killer, which is the Mastermind or Wesker or Wecker, whatever you want to call him. We all love him and we all hate him. How you feeling about this one, Starzee?
No, I just hate him. Sorry. Well, I should preface that by saying I hate him with brutal strength. That is very
Oh,
irritating. Yeah, just the brutal strength gameplay is what makes him brutal. But we do load in here, and it looks like we are seeing six hearts again on the Wesker. It looks like we are going to be running brutal strength as we head up towards main here. Going to be seeing if we can get a quick chase. We did see someone stealthing down the side. The question is, though, are we going to be able to find them? Looks like we're going a bit deep to see if we can find a stealthing survivor. Definitely the right call if it pays off. Looks like we see in the distance, I do believe that may have been, God, that may have been anyone. That could have been Tavi. Yep, looks like it was. And we do see Tavi at this, this filler here. Looks like we got a little bit mind game there. Option to drop the pallet. Didn't end up working in our favor. Gave a very, very quick M1 here, as we do have access to another filler here that we might be able to chain into the bottom. But no, looks like we see that brutal Wesker gameplay as we're going to be heading up, see if we can take this chase to the corner.
Yeah, your favorite perk coming into play here. We get a beautiful grab onto Tavi, who's going to be going up on the hook. Going to be activating Pop. We're going to start getting our eruption spread set up for that 3-gen around main building. You know how the Wretched shop goes. Is 6 Hours going to make it to this hook? It's a little bit of distance away. Just barely making it over there. We have a not quite a setup at the main building because it's facing into the edge map, into the door. So not an easy 3-gen to really play for, but it's just going to be a matter of finding where to put our Pop, and this hill is going to do.
We have found a mobilize. Opted not to take the chase though. We just want to use pop value, and looks like we actually are. We are considering taking the chase. Looks like we are really saving. Yeah, we wanted to force them to drop down there, get rid of that balance. I do believe we were trying to get rid of. Looks like we see our first gen of the trial procking in the distance. We see it go off at Shack, and we do continue the proxy here onto Tavi. It looks like we are heading back around. And we're just seeing, we're seeing the teams work on 3 separate gens, though. They are getting a lot of value for this unhook at the very least. They're not wasting any time.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. And you really got to be efficient with that time while someone's up on the hook. And obviously 6 Hearts committing the time here to force that second and potentially even just an elimination, thinking that these 3 gens will be holdable. And to be fair, if we break the breakable wall, they will be holdable. But with Eruption on that gen, you really got to get it down and just continuously play into getting consistent downs on the survivors, cycling through your Eruption Pop, because that 1 gen already has too much progress, and 6 Hearts missing that second dash of Defang onto Shanzi is really going to be detrimental to that whole plan, right? Because you're not really going to be able to hold that setup with how much progress that gen has. And the For the People does come through onto Tavi. Very nice.
Yeah, that's right. I see it coming from Immobilize this time. It looks like we've swapped builds. Immobilize the new FTP, with the Tavi being the new tunnel out. Looks like we do have them on second hook, so we're trying to keep them zoned up here, trying to make sure their infection meter goes up. It will make killing them very, very easy. But sorry, this is actually Immobilize here. My apologies. I assume that Tavi was up top side, but looks like we have seen our FTP player up the top, and looks like we're going to try and get this quick down here. Immobilize probably wanting to make it to the hill to get some value from balance, but very, very difficult to get away from this matchsticks here. We do see the Firecracker drop. Doesn't end up aiding us at all, though, and it looks like we are going to be trying to survive. Probably going to have to run edge map at this stage. We go for the M1. Does end up working out. We saw Halo coming in for a hit take, but just a little bit too late there, with Immobilize going onto the hook for the 3rd stage of the trial. And at this moment, we've also got 3 gens procced as well, so survivors do have a ton of progress at this point.
And the 6 Hearts, it's actually a fresh hook onto Immobilize. It's Tavi who has 1 hook stage remaining, and it looks like we're just straight up going for the face cap. Might be a spectator bug, and we're about to see someone else get into chase, but this could just be Six Hearts playing for more stages here. No, here we go. Back and mobile again. Gonna look around and try and get some inches, get some pressure. Because also our team's healthy right now, and the gens are split up in a decent enough way that it's gonna be really tough for Six Hearts to do anything without pressure, you know? The pressure!
I mean, that is right though. The problem is that we just have nobody else that's injured, nobody else that's infected. You're exactly right. We need that, that all-round pressure, and we really don't have it. And immobilized as well, getting off hook can easily get reset here. Ooh, but we do get a quick hit there onto Tavi as well, giving another hit at this pallet. And it looks like we're going to try and be getting away. We do make it towards Tractor though. This is definitely a good place to go for E-time and chase. There we do see the brutal break, and it looks like we're able to chain it into Shaq as well. Tavi definitely running to the right side of the map. We get head-on value there. Not sure who that was. That was possibly Halo coming in for the head-on. And it looks like we have... Oh, okay, and we have redoubted back to Shaq to take the chase onto Tavi. We'll be seeing the pallet drop here. Playing very, very well here. Tavi just chaining pallets as he should. It looks like we're making it to another filler as well, a 5! But a really nice double dash from Six Hearts will get the down onto Tavi, and this will be the tunnel out.
Yeah, beautiful flick there to get the fake out from that first dash, and it was just enough for Tavi to hesitate to the point where the mind game was lost. The 50 was of no avail. And we still have 2 gens remaining. This one's so close with the pallet already dropped here as well. I'm not sure if it's dropped from an earlier chase or not, but that pallet being dropped just saved them so much. Get the vault over the pallet. Not going to be enough distance to get the tag onto Halo, so he's going to go for the pallet break. And look at that gen split. This is really going to be tough for Six Hearts to get more stages out of this, especially with the progress on this one. Six Hearts identifies the problem, though. Spots out Shanzi. Oh, not quite spots out Shanzi. Goes for the pop, and we'll look around to see who's working on this.
Yeah, it looks like we have seen scratch marks though. Shanti will be running to a safer location here. Keeping them away from main is exactly what we want to do, and we're happy just to run down to this bottom side of the map. Looks like we did see them for a millisecond here. Sorry, it's immobilized down here now. I'm not too sure why Immobilize is down here, but it looks like we'll be taking the chase irregardless of their positioning. And we actually opt to go to Shanzi instead, who is heading up towards topside, possibly was wrapping for 12. And we have, they pulled a Skiddly on us, and we've actually lost them. They have completely disappeared, and we are going to be heading up towards 12 once again. Redoubting to 8 because that gen is so highly progressed, and that is Halo on the gen again. Looks like they are all very, very interested in making sure this 8 gen is completed.
Yeah, I like seeing Six Hearts trying to zone the chase back towards the gen, as opposed to just letting Halo make the distance over to the tiles over here. Not really going to be able to do anything with this second dash, but wow, Halo ballsy enough to just continue Wing there to try and make it a shack, and it pays off. Six Hearts even just going to use a dash to vault. Is it going to be enough to catch up before Halo makes it to this pallet gym, though? I think it will be.
Yeah, looks like running a little bit wide there. We will be going down, and we saw Immobilize getting ready for the gate. Looks like we do miss though, so we know that this gen is just around the corner from being completed. Immobilize is going to try and get away here, and we see Halo get up from Adrenaline. This is huge for us as he's able to make his way towards top with this Immobilize can pressure that bottom gate, as we're going to see Halo likely try and go down corner, but we find an edge filler as well. Looks like we'll be dropping that, and we get the blind off with Brutal.
And Halo trying to go for the chain blind there, not quite working out. Are we going to be able to catch out Immobilize working on the gate though? No, they've actually opted to go for the other door and might just leave Halo here to get eliminated for a 7-stage 2 fresh, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. We do see that the other 2 survivors are just going to be taking the outs here, and Phantasm getting some points on the board with 2 outs there. 7 stages, 2 fresh, 3 fresh. Sorry, what am I waffling about?
Yeah, very, very nice game from both teams there. Survivors able to pull out, as you said, 7th stage. Very, very nice. That was a close game, actually. And interesting to see how the killer from Phantasm will handle it next, because this was the pick from Bleedouts. So I was expecting probably more than a 7th stage, but still well played. Wesker does often get low stages, so it's not out of this realm. But we will be loading into the next game very, very soon, so we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the DBO Scouting Grounds as we head into the second half of the second set of Bleedouts vs Phantasm. We'll be seeing the Wesker from Phantasm come out here and try and secure the 8th stage, ideally. So, hoping to keep their chances alive as they are currently one down. We did see the win go towards Bleedouts for the first set, which, if you missed it, was the nurse. So interesting to see whether these guys can stop the 2-0 from occurring. And obviously, Bleedouts hoping to just get 6 stages here and make their way out of the game.
We will have to wait and see as Halo picks up the Mastermind here for Team Phantasm. The win con was, I believe, we saw 7 stages, 3 hooks in the last game. So Halo just needs to do better than that for Phantasm to get a point on the board and take us into tiebreaker. But if Bleedouts can also beat that result, beautiful dashes by Halo onto Neckbeard, who's going to have to take the chase over towards the shack, as we also see our Nancy here as well, Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah, that was very, very nice there by Halo, being able to get a very, very quick hit onto Neckbeard here. Looks like we will be continuing to run Shack here. I assume we will be seeing the bound there. Going to try and get them away. Ooh, try get them away from the seawall. Looks like we let them get a little bit too far. They will be able to make it back to Shack as well. Be able to possibly chain it into a car filler here. Looks like there isn't one. Oh no, we do see the car filler here. But we see that Neckbeard has opted to go straight past it, goes straight for Tractor instead. Oh no, got mind game, got the Tractor. That's not very good.
That is very unfortunate, but this is gonna be really good for Halo though as well, because obviously we're gonna be hooking right next to quite an active gen. Is also just insta gonna kick it, and maybe even have the time to scout around a bit, check the gens around, and get a bunch of eruption out. Yeah, really would have been nice if we got the pop on this gen instead at the TL, but instead popping the hill gen. I think Halo had the time to go kick it initially, but getting a little bit worried that someone might come in for the save in that time. But I think it's now been long enough that someone will be in position. And as we're looking around, we see that we've got people doubling up in main and another solo gen being worked on. So we did get the eruption applied to that TL gen, I believe. And Halo's just going to scout around force the second, which is fairly standard in this situation. Oh, no eruption yet.
Yeah, this is really strong for Halo. Definitely able to just sit here and chill because you've gotten the hook. Neckbeard's probably going to hit second before we see the first gen of the trial proc. We actually saw him. I think that was a missed skill check back there. Possibly someone getting off the gen at the wrong time. And looks like we will be seeing Neckbeard go to second here. A gen of the trial has not been procced. This is a very, very strong start for us. Being able to get that really quick first hit, that double dash onto our ace was just huge. And it looks like we do see that main gen does end up finally popping. We are doubling 2 other gens. Sorry, no, we're single doing 2 other gens. It looks like we see Venno will be coming in for the save. Hopefully he doesn't get thrown away. Looks like we do see him coming in from that filler near 9 here. Ooh, looks like we've opted to step back a little. Possibly jumping onto another gen. Are we letting Neckbeard die here?
And it wouldn't surprise me at all, obviously, because it's such an unsafe save to go for, and maybe Vino's going to come in for the last second trade here, but if Halo dashes it properly, but a really nice pallet stun though. Very, very well played. Only one dash though. Halo is going to have to throw Nancy and gets whiskered on the ramp, not even getting the tag onto Wiener Schnitzel. Trying to body block Neckbeard, not being able to do anything with it. Just has to go and follow in and get this down again. Insane stuff from Vino. Really, really unlucky for Halo at the Harvester, but it's just the way of the game, hey.
Yeah, I think Venno was definitely aware of those shenanigans that can occur on the stairs. Elevation definitely noticed his friend and really, really helped him keep the game alive. That was huge, that unhook there. Looks like we are going to try and get the down onto Neckbeard here. Oh, he's able to actually get away here. We do have our power, so we may be able to catch up. But really nice triple vault there. Was able to make us some distance, and he can make this vault into main as well. Things were looking so strong for Halo, and they are very, very quickly falling apart. But Neckbeard did make a bit of a mistake there, went too far out, and will be giving Halo the down there. And looks like we are doubling another gen, and we're singling the other one. We're so close to finishing this trial already.
Yeah, Bleedouts have really brought this one back, and like I don't want to put this entirely on the back of Innerschnitzel, but still, that save is really what's gotten them into this position where they're going to be able to pop all the gens for the one elimination, and Halo has to make an insane endgame play to be able to, get the stages needed to meet the win con, because obviously 3 fresh, 7 stage is the go right now. Vino's still fully infected, looping up the shack, and has this pallet to muck around with as well. Very, very well played. Gonna try and make it over. No, the other pallet has already been dropped. Halo needs to get this down and get it quick, and loses the 50.
Yeah, looks like we tried to predict the sidestep, but didn't end up working out in our favor. Oh no, we go for the M1. Then our opts not to go for. Oh no, he's playing so well. We had won another vault there. We'll be breaking it with Brutal, but that will be the other 2 survivors of the trial making it out. Venom Mixel still trying to get out here. We do. Oh, we are. It looks like we might be able to make Shack here. Sorry, the hatch. Depending. Oh no, looks like we do see the late leave from Burrito there. Sadly did not give us another 2 seconds, and Venom would have been out with the hatch play there, but not today. And with that, we see the 2 fresh 6 stage.
Yeah, that is going to be the second set point for Bleedouts, giving them the win in this matchup here. But yeah, no, that's so unfortunate that Burrito didn't just leave earlier. I think they left as quick as they possibly could, to be fair, but just not quite coming into fruition to get that hatch escape. Regardless, though, Bleedouts had that one in the bag and did a spectacular job taking that to her. Congrats. And I believe that's their second victory over Phantasm this time. So they're going to hit the scrims and hit back even harder next time they cross paths. But with that being said and done, the next matchup will be Inferno versus Deception, which we're going to get set up and started for you after the break. Alrighty, welcome back everyone to the Scouting Grounds, where this time we're going to be seeing it Inferno versus Deception with Inferno on the killer side to kick things off, and we're going to be starting with an artist set on the Wrecker's Yard, or as most people like to call it, the Shrekker's Yard. You're welcome, Pepz and Fizz. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what we got in store because we actually have, I think, a few more experienced players mixed in between these two teams here, as opposed to the last matchup. So we're probably going to be seeing some differences in play styles and how things get played out. What are your thoughts on this, Starzee?
Yeah, well, to start out, I'm not letting you get away with saying Shrek is yard for free. That hurt me. And it's
Right.
secondly, yeah, I'm really excited to see what Inferno can pull out here. I've been watching a lot of their scrims recently, and they've been playing very, very well. They have been just screaming constantly. I remember a while ago, I think it was just like 8 hours a day, like every day
Oh,
or
God.
something. They were playing a lot. So excited to see what they can do here. We see Andrew on the artist here. Was not expecting an artist pick from them, but we do see Potato Savage will take the first crow of the trial. It looks like it's going to be heading straight towards Shaq, trying to get a
Nice.
free hit through the Shaq. Yeah, that was very, very nice. Screening him away from the door and then trying to get the second crow onto him worked very, very well. And it looks like we are able to get the drop here. Do get the crows once again and able to get the drop onto Shaq as well, playing very, very well here.
Go for a shotgun spread here. Manages to make it to a locker in time, though. Gets the crows off and reapplied almost instantly. But I'm sure Andrew will be able to get a quick down here. Dodges out the crow, though. Beautiful stuff by Potato Savage. We'll be able to make it around to the window as well. Andrew just going to commit going around. Are we going to be... Is Potato going to be able to make this window? I don't think so. This will be a down. And the Corrupt is now gone. And we have Ruin sort of ticking away in the background as well if we were to take these chases to some active gens. And I don't think that was another person's scratch marks. This is just Potato Savage. Oh, the agitation is going to help us get to the basement as well.
Yeah, this is very, very good start for us as we do get the first hook into basement. This is huge for artists, especially now that we can not have to worry about handicap. This is just going to be so good for us. No Shack pallet as well. We've used a lot of the resources. Looks like we get a crow here onto Florence there, trying to make use of the ruin still up at 6 here. We're actually right next to it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that totem didn't get spotted out just yet on the rotation from the start of the game, but we've got info on 2 survivors right now. On everyone, actually. We had a crow on Florence earlier on. We know Florence and E-Man were working that gen that we were just heading to. Oh, no, sorry. Florence is behind Shaq. The crow didn't go down into basement like it looks like, but playing the lockers really well, getting the crows off consistently. Stunned again. E-Man gets the stun, and Florence might be coming in for the save someone soon, which is what Andrew's kind of worried about here. Double checking on that. First gen's been done, and yeah, this is looking really tough for Potato Savage.
Yeah, he's just really trying to make as much use of this power as he can. Paired with Ruin is giving him a little bit of value when they have to get off the gen. But obviously, Florence here has a locker right next to them, so they can very easily get away. Looks like we do find E-Man as well, working this gen at 7 here, trying to just skedaddle away, seeing if we can not take a hit. And was able to get rid of those crows. Looks like we are continuing to look between 4 and 7 very, very heavily here.
Now, I'm really curious as to what our Jake is doing, Mr. Duck, as we haven't really gotten any info on him in quite a while. Florence with a really nice dodge there. E-Man should be able to get this gen done as well, and looks like Duck's been trying to work on some gens here in the meantime as well. But we've got Florence, and I believe... there's no way Florence gets this save. There's going to be 2 people in the basement. No.
Oh, this is terrible. We saw LV Duck coming down for the double before, but he was too slow to be nearby for this. And this is just not good for us at all. We get a free hook here. Potato Savage very likely going to die on hook unless someone is right there. And they are not.
Wow.
Potato Savage does die on hook. This is falling apart very quickly for Deception.
Yeah, with that ruin still up as well. Going to be on the opposite side of the map where all our gens are as well. I can't really say for certain how long that totem's still going to be up for. As to why this will be going to that side of the map a lot for resets. Obviously, resetting and keeping the action away from the active gens. And this is a really nice setup for Andrew to be holding here. It's a really cozy 4-gen with a hook in the basement. And the Ruin Totem not inside the 4-gen, which is ideally what you'd want, but it's a setup nonetheless, and Andrew's going to hook with it.
Yeah, looks like we do take the chase finally onto LV Duck here at 12. We can screen them towards the very top. Ooh, swinging straight through the pallet, assumed they were going to camp. Did not end up occurring, but ooh, looks like we could have gone for a little mind game there, but did not end up happening. We can get the crows off here, but we decide just to go for the M1. Don't want to slow down for it. And Florence does get unhooked before they reach second as we get an M1 onto LV Duck.
Aiming the crow towards the shack as well, but it's not going to connect with anyone. I think that would have been Duck coming to the team to watch out for that crow coming in. It's not going for him. It's going for them. E-Man, the one in chase here now. I think if you, Andrew, you really want to be going back and finding where Florence went to get another elimination, right? Or another second hook.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But looks like we want to go for E-Man instead. Going for the freshers. I guess we feel that we're in a pretty confident situation here, that we can pull out the win as E-Man does start heading back up to the top side. Looks like we find LV Duck and Florence, I believe. I just saw on this gen as well. We saw the double onto 12. Very interesting. Trying to get down to the one gen situation, but Florence caught out of position there, will be going down and giving a hook probably right in the middle of the 3 gen. This is certainly not good for Deception.
Yeah, they need that totem gone, but I think it's already at a point where, ask and you shall receive. But the gens have already taken such a beating to the point where there's not really going to be a whole lot of progression on any of these gens in the setup here. So sending out some info crows and not really getting the info that we're looking for. Andrew still obviously going to be able to keep Florence in a very difficult spot here in the heart of the setup. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw E-Man working on this gen at the fun buses. But no.
Yeah, no, it looks like Florence slowly ticking down toward third as we see LV Duck hiding in the corner of the map, trying to stealth it out. As an injured survivor, definitely need to be much more effective on the stealth, and seems to be what he's doing as we head back up towards top. We know that nobody's really positioned for... Okay, sorry, my bad. I didn't realize LV Duck was that close, actually. I thought he was still stealthing, but he was much, much closer than I anticipated. As you see Florence effectively using Sprint Burst to get closer to the bottom of the map as to try to use this Birds of Torment. And yeah, that was a pretty given down there. Florence, sadly, not much you can do there in that situation with the bird just facing the pallet.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of surprised that Andrew didn't go for the further hook to not break a hook in the setup, but with the pacing of the game, like, you ideally just want to be playing as quickly as possible. We catch out LV Duck once again, working that gen. Kind of thinking that someone was in the locker here. Maybe... No, E-Man, I think, is positioned away from Shack. Not going to get caught out by that, but that would have been insane if Andrew managed to game sense that one.
Oh yeah, that would have just been the free 4K2 there. That would have been huge. But no, E-Man was able to get away. Is actually hit by a crow there as well, so we know where they are down near middle. As we see LV Duck will be taking another chase here. Going to try and see if we can outplay them. Hopefully he doesn't see the crow, but no, he has seen it. Heads towards top, and he's got an edge filler here as well that he can use. We'll be taking the drop, and it looks like we will be getting a pretty quick down here. Oh no, we're able to make the vault.
Oh, no, this is not where you want to be. Poor LV Duck is going to be taking the down there. We're going to be slugging to try and find E-Man. I don't know if we got eyes on him. I don't know if that gave Killer Instinct, but I think, yeah, definitely. We're spotting E-Man here at the hill for sure. And Andrew has found the last survivor. It'll just be a matter of catching E-Man, getting that 4K2 secured. And this is a really, really cozy spot for Inferno, kicking things off.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, this is just a strong start, and I think this was this was actually Inferno's pick, so they definitely showed why they picked Artist. They're playing very well. Andrew obviously playing a fair bit of Artist. Interesting to see what different killers other than Wesker, but he seems to be doing very, very well. So massive shout out to him, as it looks like we are going to be trying to outplay there. E-Man able to actually step away here. We'll be able to make a little bit of distance towards the bottom, but yeah, forced into just a terrible situation there, and we'll be taking the down, and that's looking like the 4K2 in favor of Inferno.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what Deception's Killer is going to have in store from us, with what kind of build they're going to be going for to play for a 4K3. Obviously, not going to be seeing anything endgame related or anything like that. Going to be a big stack of Slowdowns and some big nodders from Andrew. We love to see it. But still, very well played by Deception. They're getting a couple of gens done and at least getting something on the scoreboard. But it will be undeniably a tough win con to play for. So as our survivors are expiring on the hook here, both at first stage, this will take a little bit. But the 4K2 is locked up. Lock in. We've got a 4K3 that we need to achieve in the next game. So we will take you to the intermission and get the next game set up.
Welcome back, everyone, to the scouting grounds of DBO. Back to week one. Now, we have seen Bleedouts versus Phantasm already. Phantasm not able to pull out the win. Bleedouts playing very well. But now we have moved on to Inferno versus Deception. And we are on to the second half of the artist set here, as we are going to be seeing Deception take on the killer side, as we'll be seeing Popcorn on the artist. And Popcorn has definitely shown that they can clutch up in the past, so it will be interesting to see whether they can pull out a 4K3 win con for the killer, and the survivors only need to complete 4 gens. So they're definitely hoping that they can pull that out, especially considering that this is actually the Inferno pick. So they're definitely hoping that they're able to pull out the win on this set.
The best positions that you could possibly be in. Tycon, God forbid, worst case scenario, being very achievable, and WinCon still being very achievable as well. Going to be starting off loading in. Don't really get any info as to where our survivors are, and there's some interesting builds on the survivor side, but I think we see something quite similar, except this time Popcorn is going to be bringing Eruption Pop with Ruin as opposed to having Agitation, so not going to have as much control when it comes to where our hook positions are going to be, but still only really got eyes on TJ at the moment here.
Yeah, nice sidestep by Jarms there. Is not hit by the Crows. You see a couple of misses. Very, very close. Does give Killer Instinct, but doesn't actually give the Crow value. So Jarms having a quite solid chase here. Is going to try and repel, but looks like we might be seeing an MM1 here. No, we continue the repel, continue the greed. Jarms being able to step away. That was smooth. And it looks like we're able to make it towards bottom here. We'll be taking the M1, but he actually bought himself a lot of time here, able to make it to wherever he wants to go. That was a very, very nice first hit there. And it looks like we are opting to continue the chase onto Jarms here. We'll be hitting 2 other survivors with the Crow, but Andrew getting rid of his straight away, and it looks like we continue the chase here. Down 6, Jarms just made a full rotation basically around the map now, and he does have access to this pillar at 7, but he chooses 6 instead, and sidesteps really nice. This is really nice pathing. Was able to sidestep to the right, keeping himself away from that Crow before Popcorn was able to use it, and it looks like we are looking towards top, and we found Ruin as well. I'm sure that's been calmed, and it looks like we are down chase. Oh no, we got to want this as well. This chase has been going on for such a long time.
Juicing up at the Z wall as well before going down in the edge. This is Jarms, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, beautiful chase. I'm sorry I called you DJ. 2 gens getting done already off rip. So if, you know, Puffcon wants that win con, he's got to get it right now. But getting a hook on the room totem is obviously going to be quite nice. As for the gens around here, not very many. Still a few remaining around Shack. Somewhat of a 3-gen that could be playable if we were to get it down in that setup. But it's really looking tough for Popcorn. It's all stacked against him at the moment. But we have spotted, I believe this is Sigzy.
Yeah, looks like we see the next chase coming in onto Syzygy here. We'll be trying to take the chase up to top side. We are forced into a little bit of an awkward situation here. We are going to be able to repel the Crows here, so we can at least force a couple more powers, but we'll be able to at least step away. Is running through 12 side as we see Ruin here. The save onto Jarms probably coming through. I was about to say soon. Happens right now. It looks like we take the chase to an edge filler here. And Popcorn goes for a bit of a risky M1 there, does not end up paying off. And Syzygy actually able to step away from the Crow here, will be going down, but goes down edge map, so buys quite a bit of time for the team.
Yeah, our survivors here are just picking amazing death spots here to allow gens to get done. Ruin obviously still being in play. I suspect that our survivors might be intentionally leaving Ruin up so that Pop Eruption doesn't come into play, because it's really a battle of which slowdowns would you really rather play against right now. Obviously, Ruin can be quite detrimental, but with the way that they've split up the gens right now, it's not going to be anywhere near as much of an issue with the amount of pressure that they've got out right now. So Andrew going to be the one in chase here now. Popcorn going to be able to get that M1 before following up with power. The unhook happens onto Syzygy over in the distance. Man, every time I pronounce a name wrong, I need $1. I'll be rich. But I get some info on one of the mid-map gens that's so close to being completed. Greeding to try and get it done, and not even going to get that Crow back onto Hanato.
Yeah, looks like we do continue the chase. Oh, we actually opt to go for Mike instead. Looks like we want to take the chase into our ace here. Do get a quick crow here. Oh, and a vault comes through, but the Lithe Gaming, we saw that was a bit of Lithe brain there, but it ended up paying off heavily. But oh, we do give the M1 here though through power. Sorry, not the M1, the M2. We give the M2 damage, but still, it's not too bad as we have been we have been forced to
Wow.
bottom as we are back on the ruined totem, and it looks like we will be going down edge map here.
That third gen has gotten completed though, so currently at tie condition, there's no chance that Deception is going to be able to take the first set point here. And the fourth gen looking like it's really close to getting done, and that's going to be Sizgi Hanato popping that fourth gen if Popcorn gets too distracted by Andrew here. And no, doing a good job not getting distracted. Using 2 crows instead of 1, though. Should have just aimed straight for that gen. It's going to get done now, yeah. There's that fourth gen getting completed, but this should be a nice down. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the down there, but still, that was definitely worth it because that was the win con right there. So well played by the 2 survivors on this side, choosing the double, ended up paying off. We continue the chase back onto Jarms, who was the first chase of the trial, seeing if we can get a free crow here. We can this time. The crow does end up paying off. Looks like we will get a free shack drop though. It hasn't been used all game. Finally able to get some usage out of it. And Jarm's going to try and get away here. Tries to dodge the crow, but could not end up doing it. Very nice by Popcorn there. And now we've got balanced as well, letting us get towards a very safe location here. It looks like we're heading towards bottom.
Yeah, it just leads me to believe that obviously one of the gens on the other side is getting worked on. We know these survivors are good with where to go with these chases, where to take the downs, but I'm getting a little distracted here onto Mike, going for the, I guess, for the fresh hook points here, getting more tags, more pressure across the board, but even resets are coming out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, we see a crow here onto Syzygy there. Looks like he was on the 2 gen. Does end up using the locker. So we're able to get rid of that very, very quickly. But we still have our 3 gens at 12, 2, and 6. We have such a strong split here. And all of our crows heading towards the right side of the map. We do have one ends up hitting Jarms here, and we're able to try and take him down all the way 6. And it seems like the comms have been take the chase down bottom, because every single chase has basically run 6 as soon as they can. They are really, really trying to get that 2 gen done.
I'm still just really curious if they're intentionally not going for the Ruin Cleanse, because like they've definitely had every opportunity to go for it, but they are adamant at not getting it done. We see where the double gen was getting worked on. We see Andrew and I believe Mike running away from this one, and obviously Popcorn wanting to go for the more favorable chase if it was Mike that was here, but I don't really see any blood. It was in fact Sizgi.
Looks like we do get the crow hit there, but we will be heading back towards bottom as it looks like we want to continue the hit onto Jarms here. We do go for a crow here there. I'm able to make it work, but it looks like we'll be heading towards this filler 7. Can also convert to edge map if we feel that that's the right go-to. Looks like that's exactly what we want to do. We don't even get the hit. Wow. Oh no. Oh wait, sorry, he got rid of the crows just in time, but we do go down edge map there. Really well played. The survivors continuing this onto 2 as well, and it looks like this gen will be getting completed.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Final gen's going to be getting done, and we should be expecting to see some Inferno survivors getting out the gates here. But really, really well played. Inferno, sorry, I don't know why I was saying Inception, a mix of Inferno and Deception at the same time. They definitely played not so much better, but just they played really, really well on the survivor side here, and it really just translated to their gameplay. It's so nice to see. We should be seeing around a 2K with 7 stages or so if we were to go for Sizgi here. Not quite landing that crow, taking it quite wide to the right, and maybe even getting a 3 out here if Andrew is going to be able to come in and take a hit. The crows come through. The body block should be coming through as well as the door's getting opened. It's Mike over at the door. The down happens. We need the heal tech.
Heal tech. Oh. Yes, we see it happen. Can we get the out though? We see another heal tech coming in from Andrew, and that will be the 3 out. So well played by the survivors there. All 3 at the end just popped off. That was exactly what you wanted to see from an end game. But we do see the win going towards Inferno there for that first set. So very, very well played. So there will be one up as we head into the next set, which will be unknown. And we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to DBO Scouting Grounds. And I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to straight away introduce my co-caster. We've had to replace Spokermann, but we've got Big Pepz on the cast. How are you doing, Pepz? Are you excited to see some epic Deception versus Inferno gaming?
Yes, I'm very keen to be here at the Scouting Grounds. This is like the first ever event for the Scouting Grounds on our YouTube as well. So hello everyone that's come over to YouTube from Twitch. I'm actually very excited to see this is a bit of a I'd say a bit of an old academy-ish kind of like matchup. These teams are pretty sure verse each other quite a lot, and both of them have kind of picked up some semi-experienced players. We see, I think one of them DCing right now, which is quite awesome. We have Popcorn, and then obviously you have Andrew. But anyways, we're gonna have to go to a quick break, unfortunately halt this unknown set because what is going on is quite unknown right now. Catch you guys in a short break. Alrighty, welcome back everybody to Deception versus Inferno. There has been a -2 penalty, unfortunately for the side of Inferno, as they will make it into the set, which is a banned perk. But with all that aside, I'm actually very much looking forward to an unknown set. I actually think this kill has a lot of potential to kind of remain in the pool, be in and out of the pool constantly. It could be a bit of a staple think it's kind of an interesting killer to go against. You know, obviously you have a lot of different mechanics. You can't necessarily get the goop off the head. You have the UVX, all these procs, and it's going to be interesting to see how some of these scouting grounds teams kind of adapt to this new killer that's been brought in.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it looks like we'll be loading in here. We do see the unknown. We're going to see Popcorn back on the killer. Hopefully he can pull out a win here. He does have the -2 to his advantage now, or should I say the +2, but we will see what happens here as we do see some. Oh, we see a double actually. It looks like we see a Berthos, Syzygy, and someone else, but we do see Mike heading towards the bottom of the map. Looks like we're caught in a very awkward situation here. We're actually able to dodge giving the M1 for free, and we do see the live gaming heads back up towards the top side, just trying to keep this chase alive.
Yeah, no, doing a really good job here, dodging out on each of these UVXs. As I said, a caster curse going to be getting M1 here. There actually is a big punishment for the unknown to actually miss one of their little puke balls, the UVX, and it can actually hinder them in their first chase quite a lot. So you got to make sure you're going to be hitting those ones, usually making more guarantee hits, and that's going to be it down there. Talking about guarantees, a nice hit through the window onto Mike was here. An interesting name is Popcorn's getting a nice hook here, just in the middle of the generators. They were just being worked, a nice pain resonance and a bit of regression coming through.
Oh, this is super bad. We just saw friends to the end proc onto Jarms, and Jarms will be taking the chase.
Oh,
and
no.
We'll be giving. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We'll not be giving the insta down as my mistake as we use the TP. But Jarms still took an M1 there, is also affected by the unknown power. As we see, the actual first gen of the trial does end up procking in the background there. This is already looking like a steep game for Inferno here.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely brutal from Inferno. Just remembering to have that -2 at the start of the game. They do not have the gen pressure, I feel, to allow. Mike was here to go second, especially considering they're going to be getting that reset off all the way at 7. And something mentioned before as well, friends till the end. Pretty sure that's the perk that exposes, I'm not too sure, for about 20 seconds on the Obsession, which is actually a bit of an interesting perk to bring, considering this killer can push insta TP across the map, as you just saw right there, wrapping back and just zoning them away from this hook. The second stage is going to be coming through now, pretty much guaranteed for that reset. And I think the Survivor side's in a bit of shambles right now. They're just trying to get some gen pressure back, as you see a Survivor desperately running to 11.
Yeah, sadly, Mike's chase was not exactly what you wanted it to be. As we see Andrew heading towards the top side, we will be getting the unhook here. Now, I do believe we saw... Yes, okay, we do see the unhook coming through. Mike was here going to be trying to head bottom. It does have Shack to use still, but has been infected by the power straight away. This is going to be a little bit of a problem. We actually see... I believe that was Syzygy there. Sorry, no, that was Jarms, who was affected by power. Was actually able to take the hit for Syzygy. Stopped the power as well, as we see Mike still trying to get rid of it as quickly as he can. We see the bounce coming in from Popcorn. Couldn't quite make it work, as we're going to try and head towards the top side here. Keep this chase alive. We've almost got rid of the power. Oh, it was so close to going as well.
Yeah, it's so very unfortunate, but as you just saw right there, I'm pretty sure it was like 2 eruption procs that just went off towards that top side of the map, so even more aggression coming through as Andrew starting a gen there on about 25, 75 on 2 different generators though, so a bit of gen progress for that tunnel out. They're going to have to get these pops coming through very, very shortly though, as we have this Pop Goes the Weasel eruption combo in this end game. If there's any remaining 3 to 4 gens, it's going to be severely hard to break. It's going to be seeing the unknown here. Popcorn trying to make their way to a 10. Going to be cutting off, I think this is Syzygy. Not quite going to land that UVX proc onto them, but just going to be trying to continue this chase. Going to be vaulting down a nice W around there of that UVX ball, just delaying the hit even further and just buying more time for the survivors to pop a few generators here.
Oh, I can't believe that second one hit there. That was looking like a really nice S key there, but did not end up dodging the power. And we see Andrew does take a hit here. Does take an M1 as well. Ooh, that is not good, as we take both procs there. And we see Jarms on this gen, actually. Looks like Syzygy is probably up near this side as well. So I think we would have found the double here. And it looks like we are going to try and end up procking this gem. We decided not to give it a normal pop. We're just going to take the chase straight onto Jarms here. We'll be getting hit by the power. Tries to get rid of it. Looks like we're going to be going for a second hit here as well. We're stuck in a pretty awkward situation. Go for the sidestep. Almost pays off, but couldn't quite get out of it there with the bubble. End up hitting him, and Jarms will step away here as we go for a cross map there, but does not end up working out.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how the survivors try to loop an unknown. It's a pretty unconventional kill, like we just saw before. Andrew vaulting into the kill. I feel like a lot of the time you're just better off taking the UVX proc rather than just giving the M1, because you just saw there Andrew gave up that UVX, got injured, and now absolute lethality the next time he gets spotted by Popcorn. But eventually Andrew does get that off, so not an immediate threat right now. He's going to be seeing Popcorn playing this edge map filler. Jarm's going to be going down very, very quickly. Only so much you can do in a position like that. And with some of these clones set up across the map, these husks, the insta-TP, the pop goes, the Weasel Eruption proc. I do like this play coming out here from Syzygy though, trying to up the tempo for the Survivor side, just preemptively knowing he's going to go for the teleport, just going to be instantly pulling here. The pop coming through. But with the Survivors at 11, I think it's Andrew who's going to have to be careful. There's Popcorn probably going to be knowing they're injured here.
It looks like we just continue this chase on to 11. This gen still relatively close to. We do see Andrew here will be getting hit by the power. Popcorn's powers have been very, very solid this game. Been able to get a lot of value from the unknown power. And with that -2, it is just so detrimental for the survivors of Inferno. And it looks like we will be giving the down here as we see the reset coming through.
Yeah, going to be getting that reset coming through. If Popcorn's paying attention to the HUD in the bottom left, he knows he's definitely not had a lot of gen progress built up against him for that commit onto Andrew. So basically just getting essentially a free hook stage right there onto Andrew. Now I can proc this pop goes the Weasel, the most progressed generator. Actually finds the pull coming through here. Going to be interrupting that one. Syzygy now going to 11. A lot of the chases have been taken into place, I feel, over to this 11-12 side of the map, but it's just so severely dead. Just any lack of resources to use here, just kind of just resulting in a lot of free hits. I was about to say Jarms definitely is going to have to wrap here, and we actually do see that occurring right now. So now the chase is going to be continuing here onto Syzygy. A hit probably going to be coming through here, but not quite. The proc, the UVX, eventually running out, and Popcorn's just forced to leave.
It looks like we see Jarms will be taking the chase now at top mid, trying to just keep this man alive. We do see the M1 coming through, is able to just get rid of that there. Possibly also getting rid of the power. Able to get a dodge here, will likely get rid of the power for us here as we see it just go away now. And we will be taking an M1 though. As we try and head down towards 2, keep him away from the active gen. Probably 11 is still being worked on. But we do see the reset actually coming in onto Andrew here.
Yeah, the reset coming through and probably immediately going to have an injury come through as well. No, Syzygy barely going to be missing that one. And that was actually a pretty big dodge there, especially considering the 3v1 denying that injury is pretty huge here. So we'll be anticipating Jarms is probably sitting around 3 or 4 at a strongest setup waiting for that reset to be coming through on him. Most likely we'll be playing safe. Here's Popcorn. Going to be popping this pallet. Maybe he might bother checking Crane because the injured survivor most likely will be there. But no, wants to defend this region. I think it's definitely the correct call. As Syzygy going to be trying to run laps here around the 10, or in a 10 side of the map here. Eventually we'll be getting M1. And the good thing about the unknown though is like the UVX procs, you'll see a lot of unknowns doing this. They get the M1, they want to get that UVX proc because later down the track, there's a lot of lethality there, and the survivor actually has to actively run at you to get rid of that.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of nice sidesteps from Syzygy this game, being able to avoid giving free hits on the UVX. But we will be going down towards an M1 here near the bottom of the map. And it looks like, yeah, this chase will not be going on for much longer. We try to go down edge map here. We actually do have a filler to use, but it'll be very easy to get the down with our power here as we fake the vault. But we'll be going down, and that's so much eruption value.
That's a triple eruption proc there at 12, 11, and Shaq, I'm pretty sure. And a lot of this progression they had before for that chase on Andrew has pretty much just been completely nullified. We see friends to the end rocking there onto Andrew. So if I'm not mistaken, that means Andrew right now is quite exposed on that survivor. And if Popcorn can, find a way to run into him in the next probably around about 10 seconds, they might find themselves at 3 down. But I highly doubt Andrew put himself in that position. We've seen Popcorn is patrolling this 3 to 4 gen if you include that Shack generator. Pretty sure Jarms is working this. We're going to be playing safe. We saw Survivor running towards that 5 side of the map, and right now it just feels like Inferno, especially with that -2, is just being slowly choked out of this game.
Yeah, looks like we head back towards bottom as well. And we saw on the middle gen actually that Popcorn had kicked us so many times that we're about to get hit with the gen regression, which stops it stops us from hitting the gen. That's right. Yeah, that's the one. And it looks like we head towards, which actually would be huge for the survivors here. That way it kind of lets them slow down a little bit.
But
They are playing very well in 3v1. It's a real shame that they got that -2 because they could have been fighting for a solid win con here, you know, at least a 4k1, but as it is, they've just, yeah, that -2 has put them in such a terrible position, even if they're able to get all 4 gens done.
Yeah, no, they're in a really awkward position as Andrew's going to be taking this chase. Like, still they need to probably get this 4k at 1 potentially here. Nice UVX proc there on to Andrew. Now the decision is, do you leave, use that UVX proc for later, or do you continue this chase? And I think we know what Popcorn's going here. They want that down. They want it fast, and they want access to this Pop Goes the Weasel and Eruption value. But as you said before, these generators have been getting quite a lot of regression procs here, so that entity blocker will be coming into play in the latter parts of this game, which definitely plays into the Survivor's favor.
No, you're exactly right. Oh, we see friends to the end as well, popping off, but we know where Syzygy is. They are injured, though. Can we make this? No, we're just unable to make that right in there. It looks like we'll be going for the hit onto middle. And we saw Jarmus was pretty close to finishing mid, but opted to save Andrew instead, as we see another hook coming on Syzygy here. That will be second, and Jarmus has been hit with the friends till the end. We'll be trying to play very, very actively here. We can opt to teleport down. The question is, have we gone for the reset?
So
for a hit
close.
here and pop. Oh no.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy, and that's the interesting thing about the unknown as well, is like, you know, that decision to go for Andrew. I feel like with this killer, you can't greed really your macro decisions very much, because that instant teleport all the way to 6, that hook, they immediately TP across the map, pressure the unhook, and you kind of just have to make that decision just to immediately get that pull there. I'm very unfortunate that huge pop belly Andrew trying to bait a stun there, not quite going to work. Popcorn kind of anticipating that now. Andrew wrapping towards the crania, trying to get to 3, trying to use some of these strong structures that, I mean, Inferno are yet to use this entire game. Is going to be seeing Andrew eventually dropping that one. Going to be trying to get the bounce. Nice hit there onto the little boardwalk, going up onto the crane there, and that is definitely what Popcorn needed.
Yeah, that was very, very smooth. We see the reset coming in on Syzygy as well. Still has access to this 2-gen. Jarmus likely going to wrap for middle. We've only got 2 survivors left in the game now. Yeah, I mean...
Friends till the end.
This was just brutal for this team from the start, and it looks like we're going to have to try and outplay this vault. No, and probably... Oh, no, we're trying to dodge it out. I think we should be more concerned about the exposed, to be honest, but looks like we do end up dodging it enough, and Jarmus will be able to make it towards Shaq here. Oh, ran into the wall there, but that's okay. We didn't see how.
You can definitely tell Popcorn's been playing a bit of the unknown, just abusing these nice little spots there, just getting a nice proc just through that garbage bin. Now going to be forcing Syzygy to break away. That was an interesting bounce. It looks like he hit an invisible wall, but Popcorn just instantly TPing away and utilizing that teleport to get multiple pressure points across the map very, very fast. Jarmus going to be wrapping back in, doing a really good job. I think Jarmus and Syzygy definitely, I think, have been looping the best here onto the side of Inferno so far against the unknown.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. We've seen some really nice dodges, especially from Syzygy, actually, and Jarmus has just been playing his macro very, very well. But we do see that, yeah, with just 2 of them, it's just so hard to do anything at this stage. I mean, having that -2, well, I know we keep on talking about it, but it's just so detrimental. And Syzygy does opt to go for this matchstick tile here. Will be trying to take the chase. Probably trying to keep it top, so he can get the mid-gen done. I assume Jarmus is in the middle here still. And oh, wow, we see the front step, really nice. See, Syzygy's been playing a lot of unknown, so is able to keep this chase alive for just a little bit longer. Can make the window vault here, but is not working with too much. Oh,
I mean, if they can play this well enough, get a few nice chases in like they have been doing almost the entire game, they can make a bring down to 4k2, but I mean, if that -2 essentially is still a 4k3, which is going to be absolutely brutal to try and, you know, beat or even tie as a killer player, as we're going to be seeing Popcorn wrapping around 11. Notices those gen has a lot of high progress right now. Good generator to be doing there from Jarmus, but still going to be pretty hard to proc here. Jarmus will have to last and chase, maybe get a wrap from your other survivor, Syzygy, onto that generator, as Jarmus going to be dodging out another hit yet again. The TP onto the clone across the map, trying to cut off, I think, maybe Syzygy from 11, as we're going to be spotting Jarmus all the way back here at 11. Now, Popcorn, a little tiny bit lost here, but I think eventually soon will commit on the next UVX proc, I would have to imagine.
Yeah, we go for a cross map. Assuming Sisty's on the gen, he's not though. I'm not sure where he is actually. I assume Jarms
Maybe
may have
6?
rewrapped. Yeah, possibly. Could have rewrapped for 11 here from Jarms. Looks like we're going back onto the gen. We get it done
nice.
though. We're actually able to get a gen. They're doubling. They're both on it. Oh, and they're both been hit by the power. Look, honestly, you're at the point where you're just happy to get one more gen done in the trial. Really well, really nice dodge there. But yeah, you're playing very, very well. We actually go for a vault here. He's able to keep this chase alive for just a little bit longer. We go for a bit of a risky play here. It does end up paying off. I'm hit by the UVX, and it looks like we will be going down to the M1 as we're going to see a stealth from Jarms.
I do like that they went for the double though on that generator. Like, even I was thinking in my head, I'm like, you're gonna have to have scissors you wrap or Jarms wrap for this generator. It's so hard. I don't think you get anything else completed here, and they get that double wrap, the double completion, getting all they can to try and get for their killer players. We're gonna be seeing Popcorn being very, very patient on that, you know, proc there of the UVX, but Jarms using that balance landing nicely to try and dodge that one out. Jarms now at this filler pallet. Shelly 6 trying to outplay this. Going to be maneuvering around the outside of the pallet. Popcorn mind gaming himself, chasing his inner demons within the game here as Jarms going to be getting UVX proc here, making their way all the way back up to 3. He's going to be seeing the unknown utilizing that teleport. Going to be getting the M1. Jarms says no, denying that hit. And what a chase.
Yeah, it's a very, very close chase here, but sadly, I don't think it's going to mean too much in the end game. Playing very, very well. It's at that point in the game where you just want to have a clutch chase for the montage. You know, you just want to pop off just to say you could. But yeah, sadly, we do see Sisty getting found here, and no Unbreak will be able to help us out of this situation. So that is GG. That will be the 4K2 for Popcorn, but because of the -2. The survivors, the killer of Inferno will have to come in and secure a 4K4 to win. So that's not looking very good.
Yeah, definitely not the result you ought to be, you know, staring down the tunnel of if you're the killer player. You're definitely looking at that and being like, what can I even run to try and potentially cheese a victory here, or even a tie as Scissors you're going to be going down. And eventually hooked here. And this is going to be GG's. Really nicely played here from Popcorn. Although we did also see a nice few chases, a nice few dodges here from some of the survivor players of Inferno. But, I mean, maybe that -2 played a bit on their mental during the game as Popcorn using his WS here onto Jarms. Very interesting. They might be able to get that payback later on the killer side. Maybe potentially on another survivor set here as we're going to see Popcorn closing this hatch. And I'm curious to see what they're going to do actually end up bringing perk-wise, though, in the killer side.
Yeah, that's exactly right. When you're fighting for such a steep win con, it's just so immensely difficult. But regardless, we will be back in just a few minutes as we'll see Inferno's killer take on the unknown set.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Inferno versus. I actually lost what I was saying because of that. Inferno versus Deception. Yes, the unknown. Curious to see Syzygy here actually on the unknown. I actually have never seen them play killer before, especially like in a comp setting. So I'm actually very curious to see how they play. We've seen Popcorn play a lot of kills, very very well diverse killer pool there. Actually put up a really impressive result before, and on top of that, -2. We're gonna have to be seeing Syzygy pull something out here. They need a 4K4 win, 4K3 Tycon, and they're going with a very, basic build here with that agitation, the slight more aggressive here on those hooks, getting into a good hook spot. But I don't know what you're doing here with those hooks. I mean, you can't really hook someone in a 50 gen in the middle of the map. Unfortunately, it's going to be pretty hard here to defend Syzygy. Just seeing someone edge map 9 needs a very quick chase here to be, any somewhat on pace.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And looks like we have at least found a survivor quickly. We have found Florence here. Seeing if we can get a quick little sneaky down. We go for the overhill hit, but does not end up making it work. Florence is able to get away here. Oh, sorry. Florence is able to get away here. And we'll be heading towards 2 instead. See if we can catch out another survivor. We see some scratch marks, but don't see... Oh, here we go. We have seen Potato Savage, who will be taking the power hit.
Oh, we got LV Duck on the lineup here for Deception as well. My goat. Gonna be trying to. We'll talk about LV Duck when actually getting chased, but right now it's gonna be Potato Savage up here on the 12 side of the map on that forward deck. Gonna be running over towards 11. Very dead area as well, quite reminiscent of the Inferno 11 side as well. As gonna be seeing the M1 coming through here. The UVX proc getting removed, which means they're gonna have to get 2 additional hits here with that UVX onto Potato Savage. Nice little dodge out there. Barely gonna be getting clipped there on the back of his heels as the Shack Pellet will be getting dropped here. And they're very bread and butter, just default start here for the side of Deception. That's exactly what you want when you have this kind of win con.
Well, almost made that work, but couldn't quite do it. That would have been huge, but was not able to skip down there. And that's exactly right. It's as you said. It's just such a tough fight for trying to get that win con. It does able to make the bounce work over that rock there, and will be getting the down onto Potato Savage here. It does go down edge map, but yeah, this is just looking, even with a solid first chase, it's just looking very, very promising for the survivors. And as we see, working on, I believe that's 3 separate gens.
Oh,
that's exactly what they should be doing.
And with pain res being removed from the balancing here, you're going to be getting no regression here immediately on this hook. You got to TP, you got to do all the dirty work yourself when it comes to gen regression. The TP coming through, Jake Park forcing off the gen, the pop eruption coming through, and something to note as well, Potato Savage smartly dying edge map, denying any, use or any value out of that agitation, dying very, very corner edge map, very important against that poke. We're going to be seeing LV Duck not quite getting hit. Actually, a little fake back to the left there, barely dodging out on that ball, being hyper aware right now. Can't utilize that TP to the husk either momentarily. Is missing LV Duck nicely looping around this rock. Syzygy not able to get that proc. The instant TP back to this hook to try and break up the reset. Is going to be seeing Potato Savage now in hot pursuit as Syzygy wants that tunnel, dodging out the UVX. And getting that pellet to denying this tunnel even further is something to know right now. Already at that Tycon for Deception.
Yeah, that's exactly... Oh, I'm sorry. That's exactly right. And it looks like we're going to be taking the chest onto Florence here. We also see LV Duck in the background. We have hit Tycon. We are doing very, very well as our survivors here. Just prioritizing the gens, exactly what you should be doing. Gets the hit onto Florence, who will still be affected by the power. And we're going to see if we can try and get a quick little third hit here. Would be huge for us. We go for the power. Does not end up working there, right on the side of it as well. And it looks like we'll be stuck at this edge filler here as we decide to opt for the edge map down instead.
I actually really like kind of the way that they're playing right now. They're securing really good death locations as far away from these generators as possible. Just trying to play very default, very, very safe here on that survivor side, and not even greeting that generator, just playing really safe, trying to deny these UVX procs, trying to deny these tags. A little bit of a greed there from Potato Savage, but we'll be paying off as I think we just saw the live being utilized right there. Gonna be getting hit by the slave, but not the UVX ball right there. We're gonna be seeing Syzygy half micro respecting that power. Potato Savage getting yet another loop. The UVX proc coming through now. Potato Savage running to the backside of the short wall, has this in a 12 pallet, gonna be trying to greet it as long as they can. The M1 gonna be coming through, but the stun and the UVX timing out is going to be proving to be quite the detriment to Syzygy's plan right now, as this Tycon, no chance for right now of getting this tunnel out of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're just waiting basically for another gen to pop, and Syzygy is fighting so hard to keep this game alive, but there's just nothing that you can do in this situation besides constantly teleport back to the gens that you have and try to just desperately keep this game going. Now we do see Riley is able to dodge out that hit coming through there, does actually get rid of the UVX, and will be going down, as you said, Deception just really focusing on going down edge map, and honestly it's exactly what you should be doing, especially in a win con like this where you only need those 3 gens. You can really afford to do that. And oh, we see 2 that are 90%. Even if he was able to stop one, I don't think he would be. He wouldn't be able to stop the other, and we see the 3rd gen of the Troll proccing the 4th, and that is definitely the win for Deception.
Oh, it's honestly what I really like to see casting the Scouting Grounds. Yeah, I know sometimes you see some blowout scores, but it's really nice to see a team like Deception here just, going back to basics, playing smart, dying edge map. I mean, a lot of the time, if you die edge map and give up a bit of your chase time, you'll find a lot more success in a lot of your comp games, to be completely honest. So very well played here from the side of Deception, guaranteeing that win con. They have 2 stages on the board right now, almost completed all 5 generators. We're going to be seeing Riley, I think I said name, I'm pretty sure, going to be going down here at this pallet at 2, getting my game there with M1. Not the greatest right there. So we're seeing, I think, a pallet save coming through at 12. Absolutely insane. Never mind, that is why they went down. It was all a debate all along. There's going to be seeing Syzygy trying to pursue this chase here into Love Riley. Going to be going for this mind game on the short wall. Not quite going to work, as Love Riley's going to be holding these check spots. A little bit of a late TP. The UVX proc. All generators have pops right now as we enter the end game. And can Syzygy maybe get this last fresh hook?
Oh, no, we're trying though, but it's not working out in our favor. We do see a hit coming through from LV Duck, walks into the generator, loses a bit of his speed boost, but that's okay. We really don't mind. We've already secured the win. We're just going for a bit of a clutch chase at this point, and we see the gate open straight away. And it looks like we're seeing another hit come through from the Potato Savage, trying to go for a bounce around. That almost ended up working actually, but not quite. And it looks like we're trying to do something crazy. Make sure we get it down onto LV Duck here. Going for a bit of a ghost play there. And we almost get the down, but no, LV Duck just a little bit too out of position. Playing very well. We see Potato Savage still supporting him, trying to get him out of the game. Make sure he can reach the other gate, which is down the bottom. And they might be able to actually do it at this point. We can see if we can make it work. I do believe, sorry, that 6 gate actually isn't open. It's 9 that's been open.
We do see the UVX proc there is actually proccing on the Jakes. They path really wide, actually could be wrapping around and getting out for free right now. So Syzygy kind of losing the Jake, kind of losing all the survivors there, and Potato Savage being healthy, probably stealthing around that shack, going to be utilizing that hatch. And this should be a 4-man as we're seeing Potato Savage in that shack locker, and that will secure, I'm pretty sure, the 2-stage here. The side of Deception, the TP, not quite going to work out. Very close there. But 2-staging Syzygy, a really brutal result. But I mean, probably not playing the way that I would say they'll typically normally play, considering they're playing hyper aggressive, trying to get that tempo back onto their side for that 4K4. Impossible win con right there. But I think if you're the side of Inferno, you just want to focus on that next set right now.
That's exactly it. Right. So we'll be going into a short intermission as we head back for the final set, which will be the Hillbilly.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody to Inferno versus Deception. We're on the Hillbilly set going all the way to the Blooded Lodge right now. Going to be a bit of an interesting setting. I actually love Billy sets. That's kind of like a bit of an S tier balancing, sorry. Very, very excited, I think, towards the survivors be able to utilize that Deliverance, that Unbreakable build, which is obviously can be very devastating if used very, very correctly, but no DS, I'm pretty sure, on Hillbilly. So a few band perks right there. Going to be seeing that Hex, Ruin, Pop Goes the Weasel, Corruption, and Bamboozle with the, Eerie and the Thompsons mix. Very standard build right here. I'm pretty sure this also gives his first kill. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm pretty sure on comp.
Yeah, I do believe you're right, actually. This is their very first game at all, I believe. And they... we do see a little sidestep there by Riley, playing very well to start out. Trying to just dodge the overdrive death. That is not what we want to give. Looks like we go for a bit of a fake there. We are still right behind Riley. Try to get them towards possibly a weaker filler here. But yeah, we just want to break it straight away. Try and get quick down here. We can secure it. Oh, a little bit greeny there by Riley, but ends up paying off as we try to just keep this chase alive with this tiny filler.
Yeah, really nice pathing it from Riley. Really good greed there. A bit of a read there onto Gibbsy. Gibbsy is going to be chainsawing all the way over to Shaq right now. Going to be trying to interrupt this generator. Nice little flick there to actually navigate right to that pallet. LV Duck instantly feeling the pressure from this Hillbilly with the flick around the rock, and there's Gibbsy giving it to LV Duck.
Yeah, that was very, very smooth, and it looks like we're going to get it down into basement as well. This is very, very nice for Gibbsy, and he knows it as well, but still going to be a close game. Ruin is gone. We do have access to Pop, but it's going to be very, very close as we see Florence, who actually seems to be stealthing for the save, and ideally we find the double here. I do believe we're looking in the general direction of it, as yes, we have found it. And this is huge for us.
And that's what can happen in a Billy set. You have a really decent first chase, but I mean, another meta can be caught out in an awkward position. He can go down so fast against this kill, especially in the overdrive. We're going to be seeing Gibbsy on the stairs right now in a really emphatic position right now. Just going to be holding LV Duck, amazing blocking. LV Duck has no option but to run back into the basement here. Florence has that utilization of the Deliverance right now in the basement. I'm not too sure how they're going to be able to play around this. Maybe they'll stealth into this basement, maybe try to play for a trade at some point, or do you just let LV sit and die here? But I don't know if you can actually manage that. I don't think you have the gen progress to combat a survivor already being out of the game right now. We see 2 generators on 25, another on 75, and the 75 gen's about to get popped. So just not enough progression right now for the side of Deception.
No, that's exactly right. We see Gibbsy playing very, very strong opening game for DBO, competitive, but just being able to clutch up with that first chase on the LV Duck, my god, that was huge. Possibly going to happen to Riley earlier, but yeah, just really well played We do see Gibsy heading back to Shaq, wants to secure the kill onto LV Duck. Knows that there may be a survivor, possibly trying to solve for the save. Oh, now he's getting very, very concerned. Wants to make sure that there's no one in the basement. Pretty sure that there's no one down here, and this will secure the kill for LV, two LV Duck here, as we see a double onto 10.
I mean, and why not? I mean, at this point, you're so far ahead of the tempo, just guarantee the survivor's going to get out of the game here. Now start chainsawing, whereas we're seeing Gibsy chainsawing off into the distance. And we actually got a tip off to one of our referees, actually. With the timing of that down, how fast it was through that BT, I'm pretty sure there actually isn't even deliverance here to be utilized in the 3v1 on Florence. And yeah, we see that perk, it actually isn't highlighted. No Deli in the 3v1 with 4 gens remaining, probably almost a 3rd gen. Down to 3 generators if they're lucky enough. No deliverance. It's going to be so rough for the survivors.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Being able to stop Deli from coming in is just huge. Just, we see a really nice curve there, but wasn't able to secure down on to Potato Savage there, and opts to head towards the popped gen over here. Decides he wants to check up on 7 instead, and looks like there is nobody here. Although we did see a skill check. Maybe that was something like really wacky, like a red herring.
Red herring would have been absolutely huge. I mean, if that actually was a red herring, that'd be absolutely impressive. They're going to be seeing flick through here. No red herring. It's just going to be Billy kind of just off into the distance, chainsawing, you know, the shadows, the inner demons that he has to fight off during the day. Is Gibbsy going to be going back to this generator that's around about 95%, very, very close. Good pre-stealth coming up from the survivor, though, not to get caught out here. And this is the thing with Billy, even though he went all the way over to 7, his chainsaw, especially this area out on the overdrive utilization, I mean, you can just get from one place to another so fast and apply pressure in just multiple places at once, it feels sometimes.
Looks like we're heading back to Shaq. We did see the stealth coming from Riley there. We do see scratch marks, though. We have been able to track them as they head towards this jungle gym here. I'm going to try and get a very quick down if we can secure it. As we're playing very well before, looks like we opt to go straight for the pallet. We'll just make sure it's not able to be used. 4 gens still in the trial here as Riley takes the down very quick by Gibsy there. Is deciding whether he wants to leave, wanted to go pop that gen, but just couldn't do it in time. They are able to get 2 gens done for that. Really well played.
Riley is dead there in that dead zone, not quite able to get anywhere. And Gibbsy is playing out of his mind right now, playing really well on the Billy here, actually getting a few nice flicks here. We only have 4 stages though. No Deli utilization in this endgame currently, as Florence might want to go for the save, maybe get it to proc a bit later on. Definitely doesn't want to get hooked at this point, as we're going to be seeing Gibbsy chainsaw all the way over here to 5. The job definitely isn't done there, as we see a crow fly off towards the shack. Seeing myself to the fact we're going to be seeing Potato Savage going for the basement pull here. No, actually going to avoid it, choosing to bail out of that situation. The live utilization to go all the way over to 6 here, trying to play that tile. Is going to be seeing Gibbsy chainsawing off. I'm pretty sure he's just trying to defend his generators here on the bot side as a bit of a 3-gen, which is really nice here towards the shack corners. Gibsy just has a really strong position right now, just multiply, just, you know, pressuring the survivors all at once, basically.
Yeah, we just get our pop value as well. Pop was probably 2 seconds away from going there, but we're able to get it onto Shaq, which is very nice for us as we try to just continue to screen Potato Savage away from the save, as he probably has opted to go for this gen here. And yeah, we do see it just being worked on here, and see the scratch marks from Potato Savage, hoping to get a very quick down here as we go for something a bit crazy, unable to make it work. Going for a very wacky curve, but we're still right behind him here. He wouldn't be able to make this, but we opt to go for Floyd instead. That would have been a clip if he made that work. That was so close, but no, unable to do it. And we head straight back to Riley here, making sure that we secure the kill. That was a huge curve.
What the hell did I just watch? That would have been absolutely crazy. Florence getting caught off guard there, barely missing that chainsaw. And Gibsy showing up as he's always going to get another stuff onto Florence. You better watch out. Gibsy's absolute madman on this chainsaw.
Yeah, he is playing extremely well. Looks like Riley is going to get out of basement here, and we can try and follow Potato Savage here. Doesn't actually go for the vault here. Still trying to fight for that 4K0. If they can secure it, looks like we find the chase onto Riley here. Borrowed time would be gone by this point. And the normal effect and Potato Savage, not the Deli player as well.
Yeah, Potato Savage not being the Deli player, Fam getting that pull, Florence is that Deli, so not going to be having utilization in the end game there. Another Gen Pop coming through the 4K1. Definitely a decent spot to be in right now, but the 2v1, you're not going to be able to get that last generator popped half gen progress, so you're going to have to split that generator here at 6 in the other gen at around about 7. It's going to be very, very hard in the 2v1. They're going to have to really pretty stealth and have insane chases in this end game, but gives you the way he's been playing. He's absolutely on fire with his ability tonight.
Yeah, he definitely could have secured that 4K2 if he was able to land that straight 90 onto Florence, but sadly wasn't able to secure that. It looks like we did find Potato Savage here once again, trying to go for a flick around. I am able to make it work, very nice, and we see Florence will begin the stealth.
Why couldn't we have just had 3 Hillbilly sets tonight? Just have Gibbsy playing killer on all of them, because this is entertaining as hell to watch. If this is their first killer game, I'm actually keen to see their future Billy games, and maybe even getting into that main event, the main tournament, seeing some Billy play there. I mean, it's, you know, just the very start of their killer career here in DeadbyOCE, but I mean, it looks very promising if this is their first game.
No, that's exactly right. He's playing very, very well, and it gives Inferno a lot more leeway on the picks they can take as well. They seem to have like quite a few strong sets that they can defer to, and definitely helps when you have a killer that's playing this strong. But it looks like we are looking for the stealthing Florence. We see them on our side, but looks like we go straight past them. We will see the save coming in onto Potato Savage. Question is, can we get back in time? We actually can.
Overdrive.
They will be getting the unhook, and we're going to try and go for the down on Florence here.
They're trying to die on the pallet that doesn't exist. And I don't know, maybe there's a doctor in the game with illusionary pallets, but he could it be going down now? Potato Savage being injured, it's going to be very hard for them to stealth in the same game.
Yeah, but we do have access to Deliverance now, so at least we can help ourselves off the hook as we just try and find Potato Savage, who's just chilling in basement.
In a healing as well, so they're actually going to be able to heal themselves. The Deli's going to be able to come through, and I mean, I feel like it's going to be all for naught. These generators are going to be all at 0. I don't know how they fight their way out of this.
Yeah, no, it's going to be immensely difficult. It's a 4K1. Very well played by Gibbsy here, heading straight back to Florence, and does have access to the Deli now, so Potato Savage might try and play around this 6th gen, but I think we might be trying to just play around a hatch or something, because yeah, we have really, really slowed down at this point.
Yeah, and the question is, if you're going to be playing for Ashes, Florence even bother going for the Deli. As I say that, they're going to just self a Deli off that hook and cast a curse. Striking yet again is going to be seeing Gibbsy probably going to be chainsawing after Florence. He has access to that overdrive. Florence, you better run. The overdrive is absolutely insanely quick here. Is going to be seeing that eerie engraving value coming through even more. But no, Florence actually just hightailing it all the way to the top. And Gibbsy not actually quite able to catch them, making their way up to the top side of the map. As Potato Savage showing his hand a little bit too soon, trying to get out of that basement. The bamboos are going to be coming through. Gibbsy barely losing track. Potato Savage the flick around the corner there onto the shack. Onto the shack right there, onto Potato Savage, not quite going to be able to come through, but a back rev just might be all that they need. Not much of a flick to be utilized here.
No, that's exactly right. Just take the safe down, and you're very happy with that. And our last survivor as well is now injured, so this makes finding them very easy, especially as we do. And we know that this is our Unbreak player as well, so we're very happy to take this hook as we do find the final chase will be happening on Florence. Oh, something a bit wacky. Can't make it work, but that was very, very close. And we just take the M1 to take the down. I mean, Gibbsy has shown a lot of good micro for Hillbilly. This will be someone to watch in the future.
I mean, I just hope Inferno picks Hillbilly every week. I mean, I'd probably cast the games just to see Gibbsy on that Hillbilly. I'm not going to lie to him. I mean, after the strong performance, maybe teams just start perma-banning it. I hope not, because Gibbsy, I mean, I don't know if they play any other killers, but I mean, you definitely want to try and get them on some of those micro-intensive killers, it seems, because, I mean, he's playing them very, very well here on the Billy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it looks like we do see the death onto Florence there. We also see a death on the Potato Savage. So we'll see the 4K1 from Gibbsy there, and we'll see the Inferno survivors attempt to get a 4K0, or the killer from Deception getting a 4K2 for the win con. But regardless of that, we will be back with you in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to Deception vs. Inferno. We are back on the scouting grounds as we head into the second half of the tiebreaker for these two teams. Now, we saw the first set go towards Inferno with their win for Artist, and then we saw the unknown set go towards Deception. And we just saw a very strong game by Gibbsy, able to secure a 4K1 for Inferno. So all they need to do is pop all the gens, and for the killer of Deception to win, he needs a 4K2 win con. So really could go either way at this point. One mistake could cost it all for Inferno.
Yeah, no, you can't. You don't have a lot of wiggle room here. I feel like really high stages or decent stages, probably about like what, 9 stages to 10, probably for Billy would be at least the average. 4K1 definitely a possibility on the cards if you can get a decent down in that 3-gen because of that pressure on that chainsaw. So I mean, 4K1 is definitely doable with the new Billy. You've seen a nice few flicks defend that 3-gen as he sees the survival all the way up there at towards 1, as we're going to see Florence head towards the bot side of the map here. Going to be maybe breaking that main building door. No, going to be choosing not to. He's going to be chainsawing back into this corrupt area of the map, spotting a survivor, but it's at a decently strong pally. The flick going to be coming through the stun. Not even the pellet breaker. I think it might be smash hit a Syzygy getting a lot of distance right there.
Yeah, that was a really nice assist there, being able to utilize smash hit. We don't see it pop off too much, and that's one of those situations where you really get some strong value out of it. And then you also force the break as well, which is just extra time. So it looks like we have found a survivor working this gen. We actually saw Ruin was propped onto it, and you see Gibbsy, the Hillbilly that we just saw, is going to try to be taking this chase. Ooh, and it looks like we're stuck at a crappy little rock.
They're stuck at a crappy little rock, but I mean, they're making the most out of it. My lord, Gibbsy just playing the Hillbillies, you said just before, on the killer's side. Definitely knows this killer very, very well. Definitely knows the strengths and definitely the potential on some of these tiles here for some flicks. We're going to be seeing Gibbsy greeting the pallet. Florence barely, narrowly dodging. I mean, sorry, missing that one. Gibbsy barely dodging that. Is going to be seeing Florence trying to get the flick through this shack. We're going to be seeing some nice palming here from Gibbsy. The pallet, the vault coming through on that window at shack, and Florence is just forced to leave.
Yeah, probably playing a lot of Billy definitely gives you the advantage on what you can and can't make. We see Jarms here, just goes for the M1. Jarms, that is so ballsy. Sadly, did not end up working out for you, but he is able to at least make some distance. We saw him actually use balance the last game. Will he be the balanced again? I would assume so, working right next to the hill. Yes, he made a lot of distance there. He is able to make it towards these tires. Tries to make it back towards a little gym here, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it. No way.
Barely not able to make this modified Orman long wall here, as far as going to be getting that down here all the way on the top side of the map. Now, the next question is, do they have a potential 3-gen around this hook on the hill? Because if so, if the answer is yes, they can get some of this pop value. I mean, could be in an alright spot heading towards this endgame as long as Sixers can secure the death here onto Jarms. As far as going to be popping that gen, probably going to be heading over to Shack, as we saw a decent amount of progression there on that generator. Now, curious to see who is that Delhi player on the side of Inferno. So we're seeing Florence here trying to find the stealth survive here, as I think did spot a few scratch marks there, but no, sees Gibbsy on the Shack here. I don't think they'll commit this as they look back towards the hook.
Yeah, that's right. We're very happy to get Jarms out of the game at this point. See Andrew, who looks like he's stealthing in for the save. I actually can't see the hill, so I'm not exactly sure. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I see where he is. So he is trying to stealth for the save, but Yeah, Florence being very, very aware of that. There is someone nearby. Not sure where they are, but he knows they're around. And he does not want to let Jams get off before he reaches second, because that would just be so detrimental.
And this is that window right now. If Andrew is stealthing for that pull with that deli unbreak, which I'm pretty sure he did, this is the free pull mode he can go through, and that is so costly here for Florence.
Oh, we see Syzygy hiding behind the gen as well, is able to dodge the hit, and that's exactly what you want to use it for. Love the gen being in there. Looks like we are right on top of Gibbsy, but he just takes the M1 and heads directly back to Shaq. They are just looping with friends.
Oh, they get the gen.
Yes, they got it as well. That was a really good calming as well by both of them. Being able to keep this chase alive does drop the pallet. Now can be used, and really well played by both of these survivors. Playing so aggressive for this specific gen, but really ends up
Gibbsy running through the pallet there, knowing he's not going to get chainsaw, going to be greedy yet again as Florence is going to be trying to get this flick with the overdrive. The crouch tech actually might have had a bit of an impact on that one. Gibbsy, I think, trying to greet it again. Definitely going to drop that one. Florence going to be picking. We're already down to 2 generators. As I said before as well, that timing on that pull from Andrew being absolutely devastating here for the side of Deception as Florence is forced off basement. But I mean, like, you don't even have to save here. If you're on the side of Inferno, you don't have to worry about that. Make the Billy come to you. You have all your generators on that top side. 2 more gen pops equals a win here in this best of 3.
No, that's exactly right. He doesn't actually have a good tunnel out here. You've got Jams, who is injured and has been hooked first, but sadly, that's all you have, and Gibbsy obviously protected on the hook currently. Looks like we're going to try and go for a hit onto Jams here. Tried to do something sneaky there going around, but could not make it work. And we go for a chainsaw hit. Jams with the sitting on the right side there. Goes for the double ball. Ends up working out. Using the checkies to keep the chase alive. And we go for the hit straight onto this pallet here. And want to make the chase. We want to probably take a bot side here. We are kind of forced to run through active gens here, sadly. Without going down. But yeah, we're just forced into a really awkward position here. We don't really want to be taking the chase here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing that medium vault come through. No live, no balance lane to be utilized there by Jams. They might be able to get a nice saw here on this car. Barely flicking out the little bit of a corner there from Jams as they're going to be trying to get that point tech under the pallet. Now the question is there an SB? Is there a survivor nearby for this pallet save? No. The save on the Jams is going to be coming through right now, as we did see in the meantime, the pull coming from basement, the full reset across the board for the survivor side. But now we have Jams on that second stage right now in the corner of the map towards the top side. Definitely not the place you want to be hooked right now, as the pop's going to be coming through onto this mid generator, and all of a sudden this game has got very explosive. We have Andrew rushing in for that pull. Gibbsy instantly going to be wrapping back to that generator on mid, all the while the generator at 10 is being actively progressed right now. The pull coming through, and this is actually really hard here to try and chase for Florence, as he's going to be wasting a bit of time here to get this down onto Jams. Going to be able to make this pallet, and with Andrew having utilization of that deli in unbreak, potential SB here for the save. I mean, I don't know if Florence can really get out of this one.
Ooh, looks like we do end up hitting that locker there. Jams will be able to get away from us for just a little bit, but he is stuck in a matchstick tile, which isn't the strongest location for him, and hoping that he can make this vault, but I don't think he'll be able to do it in time. But he can just survive for a little bit longer. Doesn't go for the vault, playing very, very well, using the checkies, is able to dodge that hit. Florence does hit the wall at the side and gives Andrew quite a bit of extra time, and I would assume that Gibbsy and Syzygy, they're just smashing out those gens, and that's exactly what you need to be doing, as we just need to see that final gem proc in middle, still being worked on by Gibbsy. Wouldn't be far off now.
Yeah, no, this generator is going to be popping any second right now, and as I said, the generator pops in the background. I mean, this is honestly the inherent problem with running no bamboozle on the Billy. Sometimes these window dense setups, these window dense areas of the maps can prove to be difficult to get the chainsaw. I mean, you can just try to get the M1, but you just have to utilize a bit more time there, allowing the survivor breakaways. And Andrew going to be wrapping around the cars here, wrapping around this filler power, as we actually see Jams trying to come in for that body block, wanting to get Andrew towards this exit gate. Remember, Andrew does have utilization of that deliverance. He's going to be seeing the flick around the car. Jams playing for the body here onto Andrew, basically been guaranteeing here that they're going to be getting towards the spot side of the map. Now they just can't go down to an instant saw before they get zoned towards this gate. Jams going to be trying to play body here. No, never mind. They actually did go down for Andrews. Andrew running towards this exit gate. The beamer coming through onto Florence. And now with all this distance gained, I feel with the deli up for grabs right now and to be able to get utilized in this end game. I think everyone's just get out at this point.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, we have seen. Oh no! Andrew. Tried to do something a bit mental there, but didn't end up working out. Sadly, worried about the flashlight, but really well played by Inferno there. Able to secure the win over Deception 2-1. Really well played in that Billy set. That was just such strong performances from both their survivors and their killer side. That was just a really well played, and definitely some really close moments as well though from Deception. Able to really clutch up in that second set, and yeah, there were definitely some moments that things really could have swung either way in this final set, but just so well played to each of the survivors of Inferno. I mean, Gibbsy being able to run around that rock without being hit, just clutch up.
Yeah, no, actually playing insane here the side of Inferno, as you said. In that second set, Deception on the unknown. I mean, Popcorn showed up, the Survivor side also showed up, having an absolute domination of the victory on that second set. But Inferno just playing the best here consistently well across the best of three, and that's what you need to win all three matches in a bracket kind of like that. As we're going to be seeing Flores trying to zone Andrew away from this hat, as Andrew, I think, almost makes the hatch. I think it's going to be closed right on his face, or is this going to be picked up right in front of him, and Florence going to be getting Andrew for their troubles. And I think that is right about a 3 for a 6 stage, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure on that one exactly, but regardless, it is definitely not enough to beat that 4K1. And what a best of 3 from both these teams.
No, that was absolutely insane. Both these teams played very, very well, and yeah, Inferno able to pull out the win 2-1 there. Massive shout out, guys, did really well. Both teams able to clutch up in certain moments, but yeah, that is it for us. Really well played by both teams. We will be back with you. I believe it is next week for the main event, which is starting, I believe. So that should be interesting. And obviously, we'll be continuing scouting grounds as well. So make sure if you are a new team to keep on scrimming, because these were some really good games today. They were very exciting to watch, and hopefully we can see more of these from the scouting grounds. If you would like, feel free to join our socials. I'm sure that they'll be posted in chat somewhere, I would hope. Unless we're still doing that for YouTube, then we'll see. But regardless, thank you everyone for popping in today. These games are really fun. Do you have anything to finish off with, Pepz?
No, I've actually nothing to finish off right now. Pretty sure, just basically all that you said. Make sure to join the Discord. I mean, you might be able to join one of these newer teams potentially if they're willing to pick up players, or you could just make your own new team with some of your buddies, or maybe pick up some other people looking for a team. Maybe even get a chance here to play on the scouting ground. So definitely try to roll up with some of your buddies here and have a good time and try to learn. So
Pepz is still looking for a team. So.
Oh yeah. Yep. I mean, that's a thing that exists right now in this universe. So, I mean, yeah, anything's possible right now in Debo, and I think we're in a really good trajectory right now, and we're really open to having as many people join the comp scene as possible, and this is definitely your chance. So, I think that's all that needs to be said here from me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the scouting grounds pans out, and then I'm really looking forward to that main season next week.
No, thank you everyone for popping in. We'll be leaving you here. We hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you next week for more DBO gaming.